if you look at the checklist, when you get appointed with a company, there's a few things that you must do, okay? Number one, you got to sign up for the web access because you already have the agent code, right? Guys, the one thing that you get to spend time on is that you learn the basic about the product. Then the next thing you know, you get to really learn how to call the insurance company and then get them to help you with product design. You know what I mean? So the first thing you need to do is you sign up for the web access for every company that you are appointed with, and then you order material and application kit. Those are free, and you always want to have printed material that look nice for the company. It increases your credibility. Okay, and make sure that every company you are appointed with, you go up to the website and you order those material. And sometimes it's best for you to order the application kit too, because most of the company they would send it to you very nice and buy the application kit so that you don't have to print it out. Okay, and then of course some of the company they will require you to do some training requirement before you can sell their product. And it is best for you to make sure you go through that so you understand more about what you selling, and then make your plan to submit the first application. What I have here is to show you how to run illustration for Allianz, for those of you who have business in Florida, New Jersey, some other states. And one of the reason why I like Allianz a lot because it's one of the product that have the 16% cap, and then one of the advantage of Allianz also, like I mentioned to you yesterday, when you run a base and then you can add about 300% more on top for the term. So you can run in Judas $1,000 policy, and then you add another 60,000 on top, but it makes the policy look pretty good. Okay, so let me figure out how to sign Allianz here. Okay, so with Allianz, all you have to do, like I mentioned, every single company that you appointed with, you will be able to get the username and password. Okay, so now I'm in. Okay. Now, when you in the website, like I mentioned to you, the first thing you want to do is you want to go to format material, go through the process to order the printed, nice brochure, and make sure that you order a lot of those brochures that talk about the strength of the company. You see what I mean? And then you go from there. Now, for illustration with Allianz, we go to sale tool right here, point of sale illustration, okay? And when you get there, they give us two choices. The first one is the live illustration, and the second one down there you look is the annuity one. Allianz have a very strong annuity product, and they also recently have a promotion right now. Most of the time when you have clients invest into Allianz right now, for example, they normally have a 5% bonus. Now it gets a 7% bonus. So it is time for us to really focus on to really we can go out there and market index and annuity. One of the reason why that you can move a lot of business in index and annuity, it's not new money that your client have to commit. That is the money that they already have, and our job is to show them a better way that they can invest and have what we call safeguard their assets. And the way I do in index and annuity is very simple. You take out a sheet of paper, and then you draw two lines, right? And yes.
Before you go further, for people desperate life, can they do annuities?
The life insurance, can we do annuities?
Oh yes, yes,
Okay,
yes. You can do index annuity with the life license, okay? And it's very simple. You draw two lines out. You said most people, when they have money in 401k, you know, who are applying for index annuity? Number one, someone who just get laid off from their work, right? They have 401k, they get to roll over someplace else. Or number two, they get ready to retire. Is this true?
Yeah.
Right? So you draw a line, and so most people, they the first thing that they will think of is the bank, right? And you write down when you go to the bank, what option do you have? You can open a checking account, savings account, CD, or money market, right? What is the characteristic of those for investment? It's safe, but the interest rate is low. You see what I mean? So you write down the two characteristics, which is safety, low interest rate. And then you say, what is the second choice that people can do? So you go to the second column and you down the market. What can you invest in the market? Individual stock, bond, or mutual funds. Is this true? What is the characteristic of those three investments? Well, I get potential growth, but it's risky. Is this true? So when you look at the four characteristics, low interest rate, safety, potential growth, and risky, if you want to tell that you ask a client, if you want to keep two and throw away two, which one would you rather keep and which one would you rather throw away? Most of the time people will tell you what? Safety and potential growth. And then you tell them there's a hybrid product out there called index annuity which will help you to do just that. Where you achieve safety by, you know, your principal is safe. You see what I mean? And then you get the potential growth when your when the index goes up, and then you get the participation rate of the index. And most of the annuity, like I said, some of them they do the cap, and some of them they do the participating rate. You see what I mean? So you got to really look at what the product is offering before you talk to the client. So every time you go out there, you look for client with, you know, index annuity. You just have to know their age, their objective, when do they want to get the money out, and then you call the company. And then, you know, you just go to an annuity case, the design, you tell, I have a client who have that much, what do you recommend in that state? You see what I mean? And most of the time, guys, they will guide you to the right product. And I'm telling you, the money in index annuity is tremendous. You know why? Remember, there are 77 million baby boomers, okay? And the baby boomer group is defined as those who was born between 1946 and 1964, right? Very easy to remember. 46, 64, that's 18 years, okay? They start retiring 2 years ago, which is 2011, the first baby boomers start retiring. What does it mean? It means in the next 16 years, there are still, you know, 70 million people going to be retiring. And the money in that annuity is going to be tremendous, yes.
Can foreign nationals
Foreign nationals. My answer probably no, because they have to have a social security number. It's a qualified plan. Well, you know, annuity you can buy it as a qualified plan or a non-qualified plan, because they have tax implications with you have to have a social security number.
How about tax ID?
I don't know that answer because I never sold it to foreign national. I don't know. But let me share with you this story, guys. A few years ago, I was holding a workshop, and I got one of the gentlemen, you know, came into my workshop, and you know, I kind of draw that three column, and I talk about that. And then, you know, at the end of the workshop, he asked me, can I talk to you, you know, in private, right? And he told me he had roughly about $320,000 in TSP, you know, which is the fifth savings plan for the government. And this is a typical individual who's been working for the government for many years, okay? And then he told me, I'd like to move that, you know, about $250,000 to whatever you were telling me. By that time, we were using Aviva, which is one of the company we can use too. And Aviva has a product at that time offering him 8% bonus. Okay, and also it have one of the products that he's guaranteed have 8% every year on the income rider. And then he having this all his money in the G fund under the TSP earning 3% in the past 15 years.
Wow.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So I helped him to do very much simple. Sit down, fill out the application. His $250,000 immediately become $270,000. He was happy doing that.
Yeah.
I was also happy too because by that time
Yeah.
the commission payout for that particular product was 8% too.
Right.
So I get a $20,000 check. Took a vacation for a few months.
Yeah.
So what happened was a few years passed by. He was supposed to retire next month, and before he went out to work, his heart failed him. So he passed away. His wife called me and asked me to come over, help him to take care of whatever needs to be done there. I called Aviva up and said, with this situation, what do we do? And then, they said I have two choices. She can just keep that policy and, grow in for her, or she can transfer, since she was the sole beneficiary of the policy, she can transfer that to her own name. Since she transferred that policy to her own name, it's a new contract. So she got an 8% more bonus on that. So that 250,000 naturally become 290,000 plus. And then I was happy too because sent me another check of $20,000+. You know what? When somebody die in the house, and when you come over, you take care of their paperwork, and you put everything in order. The daughter, the in-law, everyone wants to sit down and write insurance because they actually believe now someone actually died. So I was able to write 6 more IUL for that family. Yeah, this is a typical family, not rich. They just work. You see what I mean? So that one family, my commission, I make about $60,000 commission if you take care of family.
Wow.
Do you know how many families like that out there? Many of them.
Yeah.
That's why when we run the recruiting system, you will get to those companies. You mean you will get to those family, and guess what, guys? If I didn't meet him, guess what? His money wouldn't grow that fast, right? I mean, it wasn't really growing that fast because of the bonus that was offered by the annuity company. And guys, in the state of New York, one of the things that you can also do is look into that info and annuity. Because in New York, I mean, I don't understand New York because they get so many regulations, so many limitations. But you get to find your solution. Okay. Now let's get back to the live product here. When you click on here,
Duy, can I ask?
yes.
So how fast? Let's say if there is a 250,000 rollover, right? And this person is about to retire or is already retired. How fast can that the amount of 250,000 to be converted to annuity?
It really depends on
How fast can you start getting that money?
The other company, for example, when you work with the government, the policy that we're talking about, they were with TSP, okay?
TSP.
And then I find out, if you are still working for the federal government, they will not allow you to roll over anything until you reach 59 and a half years old. Okay, so before, if you're still working, before 59 and a half years old, they will not let you roll over the TSP access to another.
Well, you can if you are about to leave.
Okay, but if you happen to quit working, and then of course you can roll over anytime you want. Now, how fast it is? I've seen it done in 2 weeks, I've seen it done in 2 months, and I've seen it done in 6 months. I mean, it's really depend on the other company. You know, you got to find out what kind of form that they need. I mean, so you got to make sure, because you know some of the company that is very simple. Like, you know, you got people working for Walmart. It's easy. I mean, on the phone transfer. You know, you get on the phone with them and get transfer done. Okay. If you got somebody who put like principal, that's what the worst one. Oh my goodness, they keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This is like they want to release the money, you know. So like I mentioned, it's really depend on the other insurance company. But you got to find out. Some of them they just simple will take your transfer form. Some of them they have the particular form that you have to use, and then some of them require you to go to the bank with the client and to have someone. There was a term that they use for the signature that you got to sign. Not authorized. Yeah. Okay. So like I said, it's really depends on the other company when you do the role.
So that means that if it's gonna be done with this TSP right away and they quitting the job and all that, you can actually sell that for the community plus sell that IUL also at the same time.
Exactly.
Because the money that they're going to be receiving in 2 weeks for 1 month, it will pay for the IUL itself.
Exactly.
How about 403B?
403B is also a qualified plan, so you can roll over to an annuity. Guys, it's a huge market out there. When you start looking, and then you know you will have like you open the whole world for you. And remember, there's a chargeback.
Duy didn't know this, but one of the things that I did, I sold a lot of Allianz annuities. And I went back in the field for about 4 months writing business about 2.5 years ago. I worked with a gentleman down in Florida, and he wanted me to help him increase his business. He's a big producer of equity index annuities and life insurance. And we focused on Allianz because they have some great programs that we can tell you about. But in 2 months, we set up our marketing. We worked for 4 months. We worked with seniors that were between the ages of 55 and 70. Really people that are worried about what? Not losing their money, guaranteeing they're going to get some type of growth, and making sure they get guaranteed lifetime income, right? Those are the things they want. They don't want to take any risk. So in 4 months, we sold in annuities $30 million worth of annuities. Okay, 2 people just working with people that had an average of $250,000 to $500,000 to invest. Literally, just average, not multi-millions, just average. But $30 million, that is somewhere in the neighborhood of a couple million plus of commissions in that very short time period. So the market's there. Like Duy's saying, it is there. It's there for the taking. It's easy to find the people because they don't want to lose any money. They want guaranteed lifetime income. You got to learn how to process the business through the illustrations. But there are so many people right now that will say, I want you to give me something that will give me some opportunity for growth. I don't want to lose any money, and I want to make sure that I get guaranteed lifetime income for myself and my spouse. Sound like what most people want?
Yes.
That's all he's talking about right now. Okay? That's all he's talking about. And if you're life licensed, then you're able to sell the annuities. So just want to make sure you do that story.
All right, we can get it. Hey guys, and you know, for those who live outside of New York, earlier they have one product that give you a bonus of 20%. Okay, it's not like a total 20% upfront. It's very complicated. You get to call and find out how to get the 20%. But it's a great marketing material when you tell people, hey, you know, we have a 20% bonus product in here. They call you in a heartbeat. You see what I mean? And then you go through. That's the illustration with them. So now, get back to the life insurance. When you click on that, and then you go create a product illustration, okay? And then when it says right here, we'll use the state of Florida for Yuri. Florida spelled with the F, right? There we go. Okay, and then we go to life club, okay? So when you click on that, it will ask for the name of the I'm going to keep everything the same here in the state of Florida, 45 years old, okay? And then of course, typical, you know, you choose the standard, not tobacco, or preferred, okay? And then guys, it's very simple, guys, you know, when you look how to run the illustration, you go from top down, you see that? So we put the client information first, and then we go to that benefit funding, okay? Now, like I mentioned right here, there is the base right here is default at $250,000. Now, if I happen to run an illustration for someone at $250,000, I can also run in here and go to the per dollar amount, and I want to put $750,000. Okay, guess what? If I do that, this thing becomes $1 million policy. Okay, and then let's say if I do it for 20 years, and I have to go add another row right here. And what I will do after 20 years to convert everything back to $1 million policy. And 0 here. So technically, remember Dan talked about the law of decreasing responsibility and increasing equity yesterday. See, when we are young, especially when we got married, we have a lot of responsibility financially. Is it true? You are responsible for a mortgage, right? Responsible for your kid. You're responsible for bringing the transportation, the food, everything that So if you start looking at your financial responsibility, it's that much. You with me so far? And the reason why we do most of the time I do the level on the index universal life. You know why? Because when you start building equity under that, you see your equity start growing. And a lot of people ask, where's the cash value go? Well, you only pay the insurance between the difference between your debt benefit and the cash value. You see that? So as you grow older, the cost per thousand is going to be more, but you buy less and less and less and less. You see? So now with this scenario, the client needs $1 million here. He doesn't know that 20 years from now, he will need that much or not, right? So if we give him $1 million with a 250 base, now after 20 years, he has a choice whether to keep that term rider or to let it go. You with me so far?
Yeah.
So after 20 years, he doesn't need that much insurance anymore, and then he should focus on more building the cash value for him. And then he would drop that term rider. You with me so far? But after 20 years, if everything goes so well for him, and now his objective become, I want to transfer the wealth to my family income tax free, right? So I want to keep that so he can get $1 million to get transferred to the family income tax free. Okay, so let's go to the next step right here. See, when I do a million right here, I already know. The minimum premium is about $4,500, and the target is about $4,000, right? Now, in the state of Florida, we can also do the rider. So I'm going to go to the rider thing right here. Now, for Allianz, they call the long-term care accelerated benefit, okay? And for Allianz, you can do the maximum monthly payout. It's $10,000 a month fixed. So it's not it's not something that the client wondering if they become chronically ill and how much they will get paid, or depend on how much will be paid out. You actually name the price, okay? And now let's see what happened, okay? I don't know how they doing it. But they give you a choice where you do a monthly percentage from 1% to 4%. And I do my calculation. It's best to pick 4%, and the rider's specified amount is $250. Okay. Since I have $1 million, it's $250. That's what I pick to get the maximum payout of $10,000 a month. You should become disabled, meaning that you're able to do 2 of the 6 daily living activities. Okay.
What's the monthly 4% again?
Well, that is just make up the maximum $10,000. Okay, and as long as you have the face value over 250, it can only go up to the face value. Here I have $1 million, so I can use 250. Okay, and then the next thing is I want to go to index allocation, and let's say if I pick annual quantifiable plan index, it will allow me to illustrate up to 8.84%. That is the back testing of that index. So I'm going to do 8.84. Okay, you cannot do more than what is allowed right here. So that's what you want to put in. Now what I want to do is I go back here though, because now since I add on the rider and all of that, you know, the premium might go up. So now you look at the premium right now is about $5,000 minimum a year. You see that? So if I put in, let's say 6,000 to see what it's run on, I would do a monthly of $500 a month. And to do a quick bill.
Is there one quick question?
Yeah.
Even though you say that for Alliance is a 16% in New York, you wouldn't solve the 16% on this illustration, right?
No. The 60% is a cap.
Cap, correct.
Okay. And that's why I talk to you when you do the index allocation right here. And they depend on what allocation that you are going to use. They will give you a maximum of illustration rate when you can use based on the back testing.
Okay, good.
You with me so far? Okay. So see, if I put in 6,000 a year, and you know this product illustrated up to 94 years old. Okay, and I don't want that. I want to show more cash value. So if you go back here, I'm going to increase this thing to $600 a month. Okay. Now you can see the power of this product right here. This person is 45 years old. Okay. And they outlay about $7,200 a month a year into this policy to have $1 million. And you see so far. Now you look at the time right here. After 20 years, 65 years old. Okay. They outlay about 144,000. Cash value is 183,000. So they already are at. You with me so far? And then if they keep the policy going 30 years from now, they outlay 216,000, and the cash value is 391,000, and the whole time they have $1 million. You see?
This tax free?
Yeah, this is tax free. Okay. I mean, you take out the loan. And now this is what happened right here, guys. Okay, at 90 years old, if you look at it, now this is what happened. The cash value now go up to 1,356. You see what I mean? And they own, 1 million. I'm sorry, 1,356,000. How much have this person outlay into this thing? 324. So basically, he actually make over $1 million into this policy right here. And for the whole time, he is protecting his family for $1 million. You see, and if he should find himself disabled, $10,000 a month will be paid out to him. Remember, the difference between the LTC rider here and or a typical long-term care policy. Some of the long-term care policy, they designed to pay out to the caregiver. Okay, they only can check the caregiver. Here, they pay out to you, whatever you want to do. I mean, you want to take the money and do something else with it. It's totally up to you. So that is the beauty of this product right here. And guys, it's only take a few minutes for you to.
Do we want to say that the cash value is cash free up to the basis of what you put in?
Well, yeah.
Right.
Well, like Fuji said last night.
Right.
It's first in, first out.
Right.
So technically you can take the money that you put in first without being taxed, and then the rest of the time you just borrow a loan.
Right. That's it. You withdraw up to what you put in, and if you continue to withdraw beyond that, you'll pay tax. So what you want to do is to switch from that point and don't withdraw. Take a loan. So it continues to be tax free. So we gotta be careful we explain it properly, right?
Okay, any other questions so far? And that's what, guys, that's why I truly believe the combination of the IUL and the term insurance will work wonderfully for our customer. Yes, then.
So when Chris was talking about it, one final step you have to understand here is the tax code section 7702 allows you to take out your principal first, no tax. Then you borrow on a tax-free basis as long as it's not a MEC, which we'll teach you that later. Let's say you can borrow tax-free. Think about, and that's why you want to keep things simple. Think about if you can tell someone, yourself or people you're working with, what if you could borrow out of your life insurance policy and there's no taxation on that, and you don't have to pay it back. Your death benefit pays it back. So you don't pay it back until you die, and then it's not even you paying it back. It's just your death benefit that pays that loan.
I like it.
Okay? So think of it simple.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, and of course, depend on the year that the government set out the situation with the estate tax, and then, it is income tax free, it's not estate tax free, so it's really, you got to work it out when you die. But, like I said, that's really up to the government.
Duy, let's add to this. Listen, all these ideas that you get in here, as you've been hearing since yesterday and today, I'm sure it comes to mind that you're thinking about somebody who this scenario will be of help. So at the end of the 3 day, you should have about 20 to 30 names of people that when you come out here, you want to call those people and say, hey, I just came out from a great academy class and I have an idea to share with you. When can I see you? Right, so write your names down of your prospects.
Hey guys, when I first get involved with this business right here, one of the things is I'm just like a little kid, when I have new toy, I love to play with it. So when I have access to this thing, man, I got so excited. I call everyone, hey, let me run your illustration, let me run it. Come on, you just run it, right? There's no obligation, come on, let me run it. And then you show it. You got to have that kind of excitement, excitement sale, you know what I mean? So guys, when you get the license, that's what you do. You get on here and you spend all day, hey, how old are you smoking? Let me run this thing and that's what you do. And through that excitement, man, you sell like crazy because people, they just, okay. But that's what you do, guys. So to work on that, go out there, like I mentioned to you, make sure you get your internal consumption done, so you own what you sell. That's number one. And number two, get that 5 training sale out your way. Right. And like I mentioned to you, you will not see the effect of the benefit of it maybe 20 years later, like what I shared with you yesterday, how it's helped my family, right? Hey, that 5 training sale, I didn't really intend on anything. I was just doing whatever the company was asking me to do. Without knowing that, my goodness, 19 years later, I can see the benefit of that 5 training sale tremendously to my family. And I don't even think about that for many years until my cousin called me up and asked me, Duy, how do I claim the benefit right here? And I don't even remember, so I asked him, how much was it? And he told me, it's $500,000. I said, oh. Yeah, this is okay. So guys, learning this thing is not that hard. Okay, when you get your internal consumption, guys, that is the best thing that you can learn about the power policy, because you get your own illustration and you get your own actual power policy. You can read that thing all day long and you can understand it. You with me so far? And then you go through the step. All right. How am I doing with time?
Yeah, we are going to break in shortly for the lunches.
Okay. All right. So that's all I have to share with you. But like I said, focus on the index and the annuities, guys. Look for those who want to retire, right? About to retire, and look for those who just get fired from their workplace, or who have CD right now that about to mature. And work with loan officer, because that's what they do all day long. They take out 1003 and then they get all of that information from their client. Okay, go contact a loan officer and tell them I'm going to refer you to a client and you refer me some, and then that's how you get things going. Okay, guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. Awesome. All right, Duy.